welcome to the podcast from hell. Boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boo. I am Klaxxon from Planet Redacted, and you are listening to the worst podcast in all the galaxy. Congratulations. Welcome to hell. Your hosts, Polly Satan and John Michael Hell, shall welcome us. Satan has requested that I announce to all humans that aliens, in fact, are real. And we also go to hell. So I will be joining the boys in this special episode of your least favorite podcast. Welcome to hell, everybody.
Are we live?
Hey, welcome to hell.
Welcome to heck. I'm not cussing this episode. It's welcome to heck.
Welcome to heck.
This is a children's version. They deserve to watch terrible freaking shows as well.
Speaking of children's shows, we do have a special guest who just came into hell with us, and besides our little alien friend Klaxxon.
What a quick segue there. I love how fast you're moving. We're not even going to mention the elephant not in the room right now?
Oh, yeah. Our Benny Beelzebub is out on important demonic business.
You know what I'm starting to think here, Johnny? I think it's us. I think we scare away our third host. They can't handle the chemistry of the Welcome to Hell podcast. We scare them away. We just got to get a strong one in here.
Yeah.
But I mean, Benny will be back.
Have you ever heard of a horseshoe theory? I think that's our issue. We're so good that it goes to the extreme where we actually end up being bad.
I've never heard of this theory, not even once.
You've never heard of horseshoe theory? It's a.
You're telling me that I'm so good that it's bad is an actual theory?
Well, it's commonly attributed to the political spectrum, where you go so far to the left or the right that you actually end up sort of in the middle.
You're a fascist again. Yes, yeah. I understand that. I thought you were going to say that's like how I feel about I'm so attractive that's why women are so afraid to talk to me, and like when I walk up to them, they run away screaming.
That's
what I thought. Is that horseshoe theory?
Okay. Yeah, that's. I also have that issue.
We're two fucking goddamn bombshells, dude.
Yeah, so we've got another hell of an episode, even though we are missing our third wheel, but you know, maybe
who needs them anyway? Yeah, he can fucking die for all I care. Hope he never hears this.
Maybe our friend Klaxxon will show up.
Hi, I'm here. I'm Klaxxon.
Oh, is that him? Hey, Klax.
He just beamed in.
Can I call you Klax?
He just beamed in for a second and beamed out, yeah.
I unfortunately can't see when he arrived, so it's gonna be sort of confusing for me to... I'll try to keep up, but we'll see. I'll do my best.
It's funny how that alien tech works, yeah. Is he?
I'm here. I'm here, Polly. Hi, I'm Klaxxon. Do you want to ask me a question?
Yes, one question. What are alien vaginas like?
Aliens do not have genitals. At least not my species.
How do you bone?
We abduct humans and watch them bone while we rub our nubs against each other's.
Wait, you're telling me you don't have genitals, but you got little nubs that feel good when you touch them?
It is sort of like, what is the human word? To cuck.
No. You're cucks? No, your whole species are cucks?
My God.
Oh, get out of here, Klax, you fucking pervert.
All the grays are cucks.
I am embarrassed. I'm beaming out now.
All right, later, Klax. We'll probably check in with him a little later on.
My God.
Or her, I guess, if there's no genitals.
The grays are all cucks.
I never in a million years would have thought that was the case. That's why they're so powerful, dude. If humans could just stop fucking all the time, we'd probably get some shit done, you know?
I mean, maybe that's why they haven't just annihilated us. They just like watching us fuck.
Who else are they gonna watch fuck?
Yeah. Like the really perverted ones are the ones doing the abductions. Like they can't just watch from afar. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna abduct it and we're gonna be in the room while they do it.
those are like the real peeping toms of their whole race. They're like, it's not, they've like gotten so deep into cucking they need it to be fucking front and center.
That's why these craft have been crashing, because they're busy watching human porn.
And then rubbing their nubs.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a cuck. It's not considered cucking to just watch porn, right? No, of course not. No, absolutely not.
Well, no, maybe they're...
Are you a cuck if you watch cuck porn?
Well, maybe they put their mate into, like, a human simulated body, and then the human that they abduct fucks the mate.
Is this the real horseshoe theory? This is what I think horseshoe theory should be. It's where the alien... You're losing me here. Let's get... Where are we? What's even happening? What's the format of the show?
That's classified.
Klaxxon, is that you again, you son of a bitch? You know, put a bell on that guy. He keeps popping up at unwanted moments.
I think those grays are intentionally obtuse. I don't know if... I think they enjoy hiding the truth from us.
What are you, fucking Andy Dufresne? You being obtuse?
Well, hey, I know we don't do this very often, but we might have a... I think
What do you mean? What? Do what? Too often be good? Have anything good to say?
I think we have a call-in from hell. We have a new entry person from hell. He just died this week, and he just wants to make a quick guest appearance on the show and just have you ask him a few questions. And I'm just gonna yield my seat to him for a minute.
Okay. Okay. By the way, who is it?
It is none other than Pee Wee Herman himself.
Okay.
I probably should have looked up his name, but you know
You
what?
don't know his real name?
We know
We
him.
just calling him Pee?
Yeah, we know him and love him as Pee Wee Herman. I'll look up his real name later.
All right, let's get this on the road. I got some.
I
Good hot
think
questions
he's calling in now. I yield the floor to Chairman Speaker.
Okay.
Ha ha
Hey, Pee Wee.
ha! I'm Pee Wee Herman.
Hey, Pee Wee. It's good to have you on. So, how did you die?
Cancer.
Cancer. The big C. It gets a lot of them.
You said the word of the day.
Cancer?
He said the word of the day.
You fucking asshole! Get out of this interview. This is a. All right, back to Pee Wee.
I've never seen an alien before.
What do you want to do to that alien?
I hope you can fix my bike. I crashed it.
You gotta stop riding drunk.
I was riding it to the movie theater. Guess what I was gonna do?
What were you gonna do to the movie theater? I've never heard about this.
Gonna watch some naked people.
Naked people? Are you gonna rub your nub while you're there?
I'm gonna rub my nub, rub my schnub, rub it all up and up.
So is Pee Wee in fact short for penis weenus?
That's not funny.
Is that Pee Wee Herman's real voice? Oh my goodness, I've never seen the pierce behind the veil there. You heard it here first, people. That is how Pee Wee Herman really sounds. Can we get another honk from you?
Honk.
Unfortunately, I have a feeling that the incredible technology that we're using to pick up Pee Wee Herman's voice does not like the honk. So, yep. Can't hear. We keep doing it. Yep. Okay, that's good. Let's get back to the truth here. So, Pee Wee, if you could have sex with one individual on Earth, living or dead, who would it be?
I always like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer?
Pfeiffer? She was a Catwoman.
That's true. I really, for some reason, thought you were going to say Michelle Obama there, Pee Wee.
I prefer women my own age.
Okay. How old is Michelle? I don't understand it. She's like your age, I'm pretty sure.
I died at 70 years old.
You're 70?
I think so. I mean, I was always a child. It hurt.
There's no way in hell you are 70 years old, Pee Wee Herman. But hey, I'll leave that for the question to the historians.
Historians, word of the day.
Hey, does your couch talk in hell?
My couch bites my testicles off every time I sit on it. I was in Mystery Men.
It's a funny movie with Ben Stiller. Did you like Ben Stiller? Did you and him get along?
I wish he put me in Tropic Thunder.
I think Jack Black got your role.
Jack Black, that son of a bitch.
Would you kill Jack Black if you could?
No, but I'd shove my big red bicycle up his ass.
Why are you in hell, Pee Wee Herman? I just gotta ask. I'm getting a lot of violent vibes from you, but I just want to know what you've done on Earth to land you here.
I think it was probably when I jerked off in that movie theater.
What's so bad about that? Were there kids around?
God was watching me.
God is always watching. And who is else watching? Satan.
Satan, please stop the torture. Please. Oh God.
You know what else is torture? Listening to you talk.
Where's my playhouse? It's a gay house now.
It's a gay house.
But not a fun gay house. More like a rape house.
Why'd you laugh as you said rape house? I don't really find what's so funny about that. That's terrible.
Well, my couch shoved a spiky tentacle up my asshole.
That sounds like a Klaxxon thing to do.
Did
Klaxxon,
somebody say Klaxxon?
Yes. You ever shoved a tentacle up Pee Wee Herman's ass?
I love to toy with Pee Wee Herman's anus. Hell isn't the worst place for me, except for when they chop my eye holes and shove them up my backdoor Klaxxon. Sorry, I struggle with English.
I think you misspoke there.
My for lack of alien word, butthole.
Oh, okay. You said Flaxon?
My name is Klaxxon, but
Is that also the alien word for butthole?
my butthole.
So you're named after a butthole.
Yeah, well, buttholes are they're like human boobies. We are proud.
Everybody has them? Everybody has one?
We flaunt them and show them off to potential mates.
Okay. That's fun. So let's get back to Pee Wee. Klaxxon, get your butt out of here. Okay, good. Hey, Pee Wee. Any words of advice you'd give up and coming movie goer jerk offs? How not to get caught, maybe? Anything you'd have done different?
I would say, just don't masturbate in public.
Good words of advice there. Yeah, I think we can call it. There. I think you want to say that one more time for the people who maybe in the back who didn't hear it?
Okay, don't masturbate in public, and if Ben Stiller asks you to be in a movie, say yes.
All right, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Pee Wee Herman himself. Go back to that rape house, I guess, buddy.
Oh God!
We'll
don't send me back. All right.
Back to the rape house.
Okay. See you later.
Bye now.
Wow.
What a fun guy.
That went very smoothly.
I did. I had no idea that Pee Wee Herman was such a card.
Yeah, he really is. Um, well, I mean, there's a lot to digest there. I think maybe we should have gotten a little bit more information out of Klaxxon, but don't worry, we'll get to the real deal scoop, which I know everybody wants to hear about.
Wait, I just had an interruption in the studio here in Hell. My personal Satan just came in and asked what time I'd be done. I'm gonna go ahead and text her about 1,000,000 years because I'm in Hell, sweetheart.
Yes, we do this forever and ever. And just when you least want us to release another episode, here we are to shove it right up your ding dong.
I bet people at home were like, "Oh God, they actually finally, thank God they stopped."
Yeah, they stopped. No, we're
And
still
we're
here,
like,
bros.
absolutely not. Never once in 1,000 years will we stop.
Yeah.
Even when they bury me deep into that grave that I'm just dying to get into, it will never stop.
Yeah, just whatever you do, I don't care how bad you want a bag of chips. Don't sell your soul to Satan for a bag of chips. I know you're really high, you're really hungry.
And a bag of Lay's would just really hit the spot right about then. But
Yeah. I mean,
take it from Johnny Helder, who that's what he did. He was a saint.
Yeah. I could have like learned how to play guitar real good or something, but I just wanted a bag of chips, and now I have to do this fucking podcast for all of eternity.
I will say, I bet that demon was real happy when he met you. He was probably like,
Yeah.
crossroads, you meet the demon, you're at the end of your rope. He's like, I'll give you anything. He's like, you know what? Did you get a family size at least, like a big bag, or just a little fucking 25-cent bag?
That was a snack size, dude. I was just really hungry, man. I would have settled for anything.
So you got like 10 little chips out of it.
Yeah, like that little tiny bag that you pack a lunch with.
It's like the bag you get after soccer practice from the
Yeah.
the soccer mom. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Exactamundo.
Those were always the hottest moms that brought the fucking chips up, because it's like, you're bringing us unhealthy food. This is a terrible snack for kids after soccer practice.
But the thing is, almost anything can get you to hell, man. Like, fucking as we learned. Well, as we learned from Pee Wee Herman, you can't even masturbate in public without going to hell.
I bet he did some worse shit than that.
You think so? Maybe we should ask him.
Oh, all that honking? What was the honking? I asked him what he did, and he deflected by going to the beat off thing because everybody knows about it. But I could tell in behind his eyes, he was like, "Please don't ask about the other thing that I did in the movie theater."
Please don't ask about that other thing. Yeah, please don't ask about those women I murdered.
As we all know about it, Pee Wee, penis weenus.
Well, speaking of the mighty falling from grace, do you want to talk about? You want to talk about these Lizzo allegations really quick?
Lizzo, I'm having another bit until I eat a whole fucking bushel of bananas.
Before we dig into the UAP hearings, which I'm very excited to get into, I just wanted to go back into the world of pop culture goss, just a smidge. Just because this is blowing up the internet over the past couple of days, and let's see what this is really all about. Have you heard about this, Paul? What do you know so far?
Oh, about the Lizzo shoving bananas up her pussy and making people eat out of it?
Oh, no.
See, this is what we call hearsay.
Yeah, you're close. But here we go.
It's a big game of telephone, Let's hear the truth. Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
So I've got this article from the Vox, or Vox, not the Vox. Anyways.
Yeah, it's just Vox. Dude, what are you? This your first fucking day on the internet? We're ruined.
It says
you probably call it just Onion.
3 former dancers are accusing Lizzo of sexual harassment. She denies it. Lizzo, a pop star who has built her brand on both body positivity and empowering upbeat hits, is facing a new lawsuit that levels serious allegations, including claims that she created a hostile work environment and engaged in sexual harassment. Lizzo has denied these allegations, which have raised questions both about her treatment of employees as well as the reality of the image she's cultivated as a champion of plus-size women and women of culture. Or of color, sorry.
Women of culture.
Well, women of color are women of culture, aren't they?
I mean, I think all women are women of culture,
This is true,
technically.
yeah. Unless you're
But
white, then you have no culture.
there's no culture of the white people. And honestly, I think white people eat more bananas than any other race out there. That's just me. I don't know. Whenever I go to a Smoothie King or anything like that, there's never any women of culture there, if you know what I'm saying. All right, what do we got? What we got over there?
Okay, so the potential harassment detailed in the lawsuit. Well, let's just get. See, the lawsuit filed by 3 of Lizzo's former dancers this week also alleges misconduct by a production company, Big Girl with 3 R's, Big Touring Inc.
So you got to roll the R. It's big girl.
Girl.
Yeah, neither of us can roll our R's, obviously.
And
And he's Puerto Rican.
and her dance team captain, Shirlene Quigley. Among the claims included in the suit is that Lizzo pressured dancers into unwanted sexual situations, made statements that were perceived as thinly veiled comments about a dancer's weight gain, and put people through grueling rehearsals that led to one dancer soiling herself.
What? They can say no. I don't know if they know that they can just say no, 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 no.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's sort of like when Louis C.K. had his little controversy happen, where it was just like,
You're
yeah,
right.
obviously, yeah, these people can say no, but the thing is that they feel pressured to say yes because they feel like their jobs are in
It's a
danger.
big, yeah, it's a big star, and their whole job's on the line. So you're right. I take back what I just said. I'm backpedaling here. Okay,
Yeah.
look at me doing some backstroke here. Lizzo, you got to be better than that. But it's too late now. You're ruined.
Yeah.
Go back to
I'm trying to
working at
find
fucking Food
I'm
Bar.
trying to find like a part in this article that really details that banana thing.
Yeah, that's
that
the
you keep
juicy. That's the
referencing.
juicy part. Were they appealed? Do we know? Can we get some facts here?
Well, I do know that
Were they Chiquita?
I do know that Lizzo has it's not like way too early for an appeal. Appeal happens after the lawsuit actually happens. But Lizzo has responded to the allegations on Instagram by like claiming
Eating a
that
banana?
yeah,
That would have been fun.
in so many words, she says that she's not the villain that she's being portrayed to be, and she's sort of like downplaying what the artists are saying or what her backup dancers are saying a little bit.
So she's just said,
Here,
do
you
we
want-
have her exact tweet?
Yeah, I actually have it right here. It says, "These last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually, I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional." So basically, she's kind of pulling out the Uno reverse card and being like, "No,
Yeah, no, you."
no, you, yeah,
It's a pretty solid move.
yeah." So we'll see how it plays out. Obviously, the court of public opinion is pretty damning, and it's easy
Yeah.
to say,
Well, that's the thing. Like it's like the accused. Once you get accused of something, you're already, like you're saying, in public opinion, you're already guilty of it. Even if it
Yeah.
comes out in a year that you never did it, it's like your image has been tainted, and now anytime somebody looks at you, they'll only see bananas coming out
Yes.
of somebody.
And to specifically speak to that, I can't find it in the article here, but I have read it, researched this on independently. Apparently the banana thing, it wasn't from her pussy. It was from, like, she took her backup dancers to, like, a sex club or something, like a quote-unquote sexually charged atmosphere. And that was when, and the sex workers there at the club put bananas in their pussies, and apparently Lizzo kind of demanded that they eat the banana out of their pussies.
Okay,
Vaginas.
yeah. You handled that so well. You didn't even get squeamish once when you were saying that.
I mean, you know, that actually kind of sounds like. I mean,
I wouldn't do that. That's disgusting.
well, think about like a bachelor party or like a bachelorette party.
What
Even.
kind of bachelor parties are you going to, man? Dude, I went to a bachelor party. We played fucking blazer tag, dude. And then we went to McDonald's. Another one, I went to Busch Gardens, dude.
Well, I got some news for you, buddy. If I ever get married, we're gonna be eating. We're eating some banana pussies, dude.
Dude, sign me up for one banana split, please.
I'm just kidding, Jess. This is not real. I'm in character right now.
See how quick, just like Lizzo, he quickly backpedals and says, no. This is too unbelievable to even. I love that she did say this is so unbelievable that I had to counter.
Yeah, right.
It's almost like, I almost feel like that she has that backwards. Like, it's so unbelievable, she should have just not said anything and been like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is almost unbelievable, but who knows? Stranger Things,
Yeah.
That terrible television show.
It says here the plaintiffs claim they were made to feel their employment was precarious and that they had to comply with requests that made them uncomfortable in order to continue working. Some of those requests were of a sexual nature, including, among other things, pressure from Lizzo to attend a performance with nude dancers in Amsterdam. To eat... Sorry, this is not funny.
To eat... Quit laughing.
To eat bananas placed in nude dancers' genitals, and pressure on one of the plaintiffs to touch a dancer's breasts. Other allegations were tied to religious harassment. The suit alleges Quigley spoke extensively about her religious views as a Christian and berated those who didn't share these beliefs. It claims that one dancer's virginity was frequently discussed against her will, and that dancers were pressured to participate in group Christian prayer regardless of their religious beliefs. All three defendants did little to remedy such actions despite knowing about them, the lawsuit claims. Okay, so that's a little weird. It's like the same person that is forcing you to eat bananas out of someone's pussy
is a hardcore Christian,
is also like, yeah, after we, I know it was a struggle for you guys to eat those bananas, but let's just have a quick prayer to Jesus about it. Yeah, especially you, fucking LaQuisha Muhammad. I know you're Muslim, but pray to Jesus for me right now.
He's like so wiping off banana fucking.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, if true, this shit is pretty monstrous.
You should have prayed to Satan because he'll get you out of that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll give Lizzo a fucking coronary, and you'll be like, "Oh, poor Lizzo." The size of that cough.
Right.
All right, we're not gonna make fun of her weight here. Johnny Hell, that was.
Oh no, that's. Hey, I didn't make any weight jokes.
How dare you call her the coffin would be fat?
I actually do want to talk directly to the internet, really quick, if I may. And just say...
Oh, are you ready for this? Are you ready for the backlash?
Just say, hey, buddies, just because Lizzo might probably be a horrible monster does not mean that fucking fat jokes are back on the menu or something. That shit's...
Oh, that was kind of funny. You just said on the menu when you're talking about fat jokes. So I don't know if you did that on purpose.
I specifically saw a meme earlier on Reddit that said that. Like, looks like fat jokes are back on the menu. It's like,
That's pretty funny, and I gotta say, to the internet.
I'm trying to chastise the internet. You're clapping them for it.
Hey, that's human. That's culture. That's all women of culture under there and men of culture.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of ammunition to fucking make jokes about Lizzo. I feel like the fat jokes, it's just a little bit too easy, Let's actually put in a little effort.
Talk about her character. Get deep into her childhood. Make fun of how her dad was never around, or like how Stuff like that.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Hey, Lizzo, you shouldn't have done that. So
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
that's what you get, Lizzo. You get hit with a fucking sad horn.
It's a messy situation, but hey, you know what? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So I think it's probably just another example of a good person getting a little bit of power and letting it turn them into a fucking huge piece of shit.
I mean, that's one way. We don't know. We might get a documentary out in like 5 or 10 years of Lizzo, like Lizzo, the menace, like her as a
The
5-year-old
menace.
forcing her fucking mom to eat a fucking banana out of like the dog's asshole.
Her whole
It's always
life.
been bananas. Yeah, since day one. They're like, something's wrong with this girl. All right, let's make her famous. Nothing bad ever happened with making a person famous. They always come out better.
Will you guys quit talking about that
Oh,
stupid
Klaxxon?
bitch?
You butthole. You call her a stupid bitch?
We just had the first disclosure in 20 years, and you just want to talk about a dumb pop star.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people care about the aliens really, Klaxxon, unfortunately. It's been kind of a running joke here.
Beam me up. I gotta leave these losers.
Damn it. I miss him already.
He's a great guy.
I wish he was back. I miss him so much.
Mm.
He really adds to the terribleness of this whole. It's almost like one of us is pretending to be him when he shows up, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure
it's almost like that, but I don't think that's
not quite, not exactly.
Yeah.
No way, impossible. We wouldn't do that to you.
Well, I think Klaxxon showing up. I think that's a good enough segue as any to get to this UAP hearing. You know.
Let's roll right into it, just like a segue does. Rolls into the next thing. I think that's
Just
why they
like
call it a segue.
Yeah. Speaking of segues, let's roll into this next story.
Beautiful segue. Speaking of, well, we're on the topic of segues.
So I don't know. Did you watch this hearing July 27th?
I have not watched any of the hearing. I was too busy, working on my doctorate.
Well, lucky for you and anyone watching this, I actually have not a lot going on, so I watched all 2.5 hours.
You watched all two? You C-spanned it up?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I will admit I was dicking around on my phone a little bit for most of it. It got pretty boring for at points, but overall, overall, I do think it was pretty exciting and pretty big. So,
how big was it?
I mean,
how many inches?
It was huge for me, honestly. Just as a takeaway, if I'm gonna get real here and out of character a little bit, I think watching that hearing, like, the whole alien thing, UFOs and stuff, obviously, I believe that aliens exist in the universe. It's just too big, so it just wouldn't make sense for alien. But as far as aliens flying around in the sky and stuff, I've always kind of sort of believed in that, but also just sort of had a healthy weight of skepticism there. But after watching that hearing, and especially after covering Grush's testimony specifically over the past couple months, but the hearing specifically really just like that ironed it in for me. I have no doubt in my mind that fucking aliens have been watching us and been fucking with us since at least the 1930s, and probably like who knows how long before that.
Since the beginning of time, I bet, dude. There's those weird, all the shit from the ancients, dude. Pyramids, the Nazca lines, fucking Atlantis.
Yeah.
I bet it can all come back to aliens, dude.
Well,
I bet they are here. I bet they are controlling everything.
Well, I specifically say the 1930s because that's the earliest case that Grush specifically has mentioned in his testimonies to Congress. You might remember we covered this a couple episodes ago, the Vatican thing. The Vatican recovering, recovering a spacecraft and then giving it up to the U.S. government in the 1930s. That's the earliest that's the earliest bit of evidence that Grush has put forth so far. So, and honestly, after covering this over the past couple months, I honestly 5,000% believe everything Grush has said. In
1,000%.
in sworn testimony to Congress, like it's especially watching this hearing. He brings two other big military guys as witnesses to share their own experiences. You know, so just seeing him actually say it versus reading the article was a big eye opener for me. So
All right. Well, let's get into some of these fucking bombshells of testimony that this guy dropped because
Okay, well, I wanted, I obviously watched the whole thing, so there's a lot I can say, but I found this article that has here, it's from NBC News. It says the 5 most memorable moments from Congress's UFO hearing.
all right, here we go. We're getting a top 5 list. I fucking love top lists like that.
All right.
My parents did one with the siblings.
So number 1. Government is absolutely in possession of UAPs. David Grush, a former U.S. intelligence official, told the panel that he is absolutely certain that the federal government is in possession of UAPs, citing interviews he said he conducted with 40 witnesses over a 4-year period.
Who are these witnesses? Do we got names on them? But this is a top 5 list. All right.
The former U.S. intelligence official said he led Defense Department efforts to analyze reported UAP sightings and was informed of a multi-decade Pentagon program that endeavored to collect and reconstruct crashed UAPs. Asked by Representative Jared Moskowitz from Florida how such a program is funded, Grush claimed that the effort is above congressional oversight and bankrolled by a misappropriation of funds. Does that mean that there is money in the budget that is set to go to a program, but it doesn't, and it goes to something else? Yes, I have specific knowledge of that, says Grush, though he did not provide more details, claiming the information remains classified.
So what they're saying there is that money that goes to other things in the government goes to the remanufacturing of these crashed objects, right?
Yeah.
Like the money that goes there isn't accounted for.
Yeah, it's all dark money, basically. Yeah, they say it goes to one thing, but it goes to something else.
Typical.
Number 2, non-human biologics were found at a crash site.
Grush. That's Lady Gaga.
Grush, who underscored that he has not personally spotted a UAP, told the panel that he knows of multiple colleagues who were injured by UAPs. He also said he has interviewed individuals who have recovered non-human biologics from crashed UAPs. He says he prefers to use the term non-human rather than alien or extraterrestrial.
Because it could just be an octopus then. Everything on planet Earth besides human is non-human. It could be a dolphin spaceship, dude.
Do you think an octopus could build a fucking craft that could do what these guys are claiming? I mean, I think we
might be a little ignorant. We don't know. Don't know.
There were 3 specific fucking UAPs that they had talked about in this hearing specifically. I can go into them really quick, okay? So
right.
The first one that was now this craft was witnessed by an Air Force, I believe like colonel or something. Basically, he described what's commonly referred to as a tic-tac craft, right? You're familiar with those?
Yeah,
they're basically cylindrical little
orange
things.
Ones are delicious.
Yeah, they're basically cylindrical craft that can move and navigate at ridiculous velocities. They can start and stop, go up and down, change directions, just do like all sorts of ridiculous things, right? And so this guy, and you can actually look up a video online of this like the specific sighting that was referred to in the hearing. Basically described the Tic Tac as like, just like I said, maneuvering at ridiculously impossible, uh, at
Like
least,
that Usain Bolt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Ridiculous speeds. Yeah.
dude describes himself flying one of the most advanced fucking jet fighters in the U.S. Air Force, and just being completely in awe at this fucking Tic Tac, just like navigating in ways that just seem impossible. He,
Mm-hmm.
he also mentioned two little cylindrical objects floating around the Tic Tac itself. So that was an interesting little thing. The other craft that were mentioned was a gray cube contained in a translucent sphere. Now,
Weird.
yeah, imagine seeing something like that floating around, right? Like, it just literally makes no sense. It doesn't have wings. It's just like a geometrical shape, like in the sky, just moving around.
Yeah. So when it comes down to like the meat and potatoes of this whole hearing, is there? So it's all these sightings because we've known about the Tic Tac video. We've known about all these. There's been other whistleblowers. Other people came out and said they saw shit. Other pilots. All these things. Is there any? Is there any like real hard hitting proof? Like, does he say? I mean, I guess what does he say about who are they? Where do they come from? What are they doing here? Anything like that?
Well, in regards to your first question, hard hitting proof, like actual evidence and photos and whatnot. Besides the videos that we referred to that are already available to the public, he did allude to a lot of evidence that he would be willing to share with Congress in a classified hearing.
So the public can't hear it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to share that shit. Uh, he cites a lot of reasons of just not wanting to share it with the public because he
What are
thinks.
his reasons?
Well,
Yeah.
his reasons being that he doesn't want to share footage that we recorded of UAPs because it might reveal some of our own classified tech
To other nations, to
to
other
other
other like
nations. Yes,
yeah. So
that's a big one that keeps coming up for him.
so do you think? I mean, I guess we could probably, if this is true, you could go ahead and guarantee that the Chinese government has these same thoughts. The Russian government has it. Any nation on the planet
Oh, absolutely. They even
would have seen these things.
they even referred to an agreement when the between the United States and the Soviet Union when it came to their nuclear treaties. There was a thing about UFOs in there, like what to do in case of UFO and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
so there is definitely acknowledgement by other governments of UFOs, obviously, and but it's just you know, it seems like our government's the first one to actually have a high profile whistleblower come out and start saying all these things. But
Well,
I'm
maybe.
sure
I
after
mean,
this,
Russia and China could have one too, but they just get fucking whistle blown
yeah,
to
exactly,
death.
they're pretty
Yeah.
authoritarian. But
Yeah.
I do feel like this is gonna be opening some floodgates here, and we're gonna get a lot more people from not just our own government, but from other governments in the international community coming out and saying, "Hey, I saw this, this, and this."
So
Um,
also, well, let's look at it this way: if an alien race or civilization was doing whatever they're doing, if they're just doing flybys, the aliens would have no reason to, because they've been here for 100, almost 100 years. If we go by 1930s, they would understand the level of technology we have. They'd have no reason to technically to shield themselves or hide themselves from humans because humans have no possibility right now to launch any sort of counterattack to any sort of alien civilization. So why
well,
would there be these cloaking devices or these? There's like,
well,
in
dude,
essence, there's no point for.
you're trying to understand the mentality of something that's just way above you, dude. You know, it's like
Are you telling me it's way
they're-
above me, motherfucker?
They're just
No,
way.
it's not.
They've just evolved like who knows how far past it. I mean, obviously, they could be traveling in between dimensions and through wormholes. Like, they're just so far advanced to us. Like, why even bother trying to, like, understand their motivations? Like, you know, it's just obviously.
That's the only thing we can do, dude. If we're not trying to understand their motivations, then
Well, I mean,
there's no point of even knowing they exist.
perhaps I misspoke. Obviously, we should try and understand their motivations, but the thing is, it might be just something that's just really hard to wrap your head around because they're just, you know, who knows what they're trying to do. Like,
yeah. So to that, my previous point, I'm in the book I'm reading, The Three Body Problem, the whole 3 series. Great book, by the way, shout out. There's this idea called, like, the dark forest, where, like, and it refers to the universe, basically. So if you send out a signal into the universe about where you are, you're most likely, if there is, like, hardcore, you know, intelligent life out there,
yeah,
you're going to get blown up and destroyed. Because why would any civilization is afraid of any other civilization getting big enough to take them over, right? It's the same thing that happened on planet Earth. So with these aliens, if they are here, what they could be doing is doing, like, flybys just to check and make sure that humans haven't, like, you know, discovered that next level of technology that, like we have nuclear bombs and shit, but that's like, oh, we can destroy ourselves, but can we destroy a planet yet? You know what I mean? Do we have faster than light travel? Do we have the ability to leave our solar system? It's like,
well,
so they're just making sure we're still little apes.
Speaking to their motivations and back to the UAP hearing, one of the big standout things for me was during Grush's testimony specifically was he was, when asked whether the U.S. government has actually been in communication with non-human intelligences, he straight up looked at that motherfucker and said, "That's classified." Like, which to me feels like a yes, you know.
I mean, why would he say saying no would be like, okay, hearing's over?
Well, no, because, you know, they might be flying around us, but who knows if they even had the means to fucking communicate with us, you know? We got all these different languages and shit.
Yeah,
like, there's
why is that classified? Why couldn't he just say, yes, we're talking?
Well, I mean, you know, that's another thing it's a part of it that makes it fun, because I think just like, yeah, him saying like, oh, that's classified, to me, I take that as a total yes. But what does that communication look like? You know, like, how extensive is that? How long has it been going?
Yeah, is there knowledge that, because I don't want the president, I don't know who's getting this knowledge. Is it the president? You know what I mean? Like, when they contact
I will
humans,
say
they're
one
not
thing.
talking to the president. They're always talking to Billy Bob out in the fucking in Arkansas, you know, who saw an alien sucking its cow's dick. And he's like, no, now. And then he comes out and they all call him a fucking crackpot for good reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's anything that we should get from this hearing is that those fucking dudes, those crackpot motherfuckers, maybe we should take them a little bit more seriously now.
No, never. I've never taken Billy fucking Bob Thornton from fucking. Well, I swear, old Bessie was getting her dick sucked, and I came out there and I can't believe what I saw.
But I will.
10-foot alien.
I will say, back to your thing on the president.
That could eat a whole banana.
I do think that if there was some communication happening or like anything alien related, they definitely hid that shit from Donald Trump, because I don't think he could have kept his mouth shut about that. I think if Donald Trump knew anything about aliens, he would have been screaming at fucking like, he would have definitely.
I don't know. You know, he would be so high on the power of knowing that aliens exist. He'd just be like, I don't know if he would say anything. I don't think he would be like. Maybe now that if he does go to prison, I bet he starts saying aliens are real. I'm in prison because I was gonna spill the beans on aliens. That's gonna be his last fucking attack.
Watch him go to prison and then fucking get like broken out by an alien spacecraft.
They're like, he's the one we need. They instill him as the fucking global dictator. They're like,
So
he knows how to keep people in order. He was on The Apprentice. That would be fucking amazing. I would even be like, you know
He
what?
was
I
on
didn't
The
vote
Apprentice.
for him, but he's the only TV show of humans we like.
I am
We love
Klaxxon.
how irreverent and how he says, you're fired.
I hated The Apprentice.
Oh, okay. Really? I didn't expect that. I thought aliens would love that show. Weird. What do you like? Full House?
I loved Home Alone too.
Well, he's in that. Donald Trump is in that movie.
Beat me up.
Okay, later. Motherfucker keeps popping in for fucking 5 seconds and leaving. What
Yeah, it's weird how my lips move sometimes when he's talking.
It is funny how we here are talking about how whether or not aliens exist, but we have a real life flesh and blood alien popping in every fucking 20 minutes to say, "Hi guys, I think your opinions are bullshit and you both suck." And
Yeah,
this
man.
podcast
It seems
will
pretty real to
self-destruct
me.
in 5, 4.
All right, so we covered skeptic views. What do they want? What are they?
They want they want big buckets of jizz. What are they?
Well, let's go with what are they? I think that's what we have the least amount of information on. I mean,
Aliens. Easy. Next question.
apparently they might have non-human biologics, whatever that means. Do you think that means they have bodies? I mean, obviously they were recovered crash vehicles.
So I wish by non-human, I thought they were trying to say like non-carbon based. You know what I mean? Like humans and all life on Earth is carbon based, but I wonder if out in fucking some crazy galaxy far, far away, if they got some like silicone based fucking creatures, because then you get into some real creepy shit.
Remember Nope, where the fucking UFO was like a creature.
Yeah, the cloud. Yeah, it's hidden in the cloud. Fuck,
Yeah.
that was bad.
I mean,
spoiler alert.
Right? Yeah, we just spoiled Nope for
it.
everybody. But but I mean, you know, who's to say that's not the scenario? Maybe the craft itself is biological.
Yeah. The non-human biologics just means it's not human.
Exactly. It's living, and it's not human, and I would go as far as to say it's not from planet Earth.
I mean, they didn't say that. They didn't say non-Earth.
I mean, well,
the only
way...
what if it is? What if it is? What if they have proof that it's fucking like anteaters are the most intelligent creature on the planet, but they've been like hiding all their sophisticated technology?
The only way I could accept that these non-human biologics are actually from planet Earth is if it was some sort of time travel scenario.
Ooh,
where it's just like super evolved humans where our DNA has changed, so it's technically non-human.
Well, we would turn into robots technically, right?
Or maybe like cyborgs or something, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So we do turn into, dude, oh my god, I wish. But then still, like, if they're from the future, what the fuck are they doing here? What are they trying to say? Are they trying to warn us of the upcoming fucking D-Day or a goddamn Armageddon? Fucking, you know?
That goes...
Tell me what the lottery numbers are. Make me rich and I will do anything for you. That's all I want.
That goes back to what do they want. You know, if you believe what Grusha's saying, like how I do, they've been around for at least 100 years. So, and they've, you know, really when you look at the greater scheme of things over the past 100 years, I don't think, it doesn't look like that past 100 years of human history has really been affected by alien presence, you know?
But you could say in the past 100 years, our technology has fucking gone from 0 to like 10,000.
But that's just the nature of technological advancement, you know?
I mean, that's what we say because, I mean, that's what it's been doing for the past 100 years. But up from like the 1400s to the 1800s, all we got was like the fucking cotton wheel or whatever the fuck it is in the steam engine. And then it just fucking exploded in the past 100 years.
I think that's severely downplaying 400 years of
we did not
history.
Have anything before. They were doing horse and buggy, 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 horse and buggy car. And then we barely got a phone. And then now we got a fucking goddamn little fucking phone. The aliens are giving us technology, and in return, we're giving them our fucking klaxons to fuck us in the butts.
Did somebody say Klaxxon?
Yeah, he's back. Oh, hey, Klaxon, you little fucking dick sucker. What are you doing here? He gone already?
Goodbye.
I guess I gotta stop. I gotta stop bullying him so much. He's gonna definitely come back to.
All right. Well, let's. My final note for this whole hearing talk is, what does this change? You know, like, let's just say that you're like me and you're 100% turned. Aliens are real. They've been real. They've been around for, like I said, at least 100 years. What does this change? Like, I saw.
You know what it changes for me? Coors Light. Drink them when the mountains are blue, baby, and no alien can touch on you.
I saw a post on Reddit the other day with this guy saying, like, he couldn't focus, like, he needed to step away from the UFO subreddit because all he can think about is, oh, aliens are real now and it changes everything. It's like, well, to me, if this is real, they've been around and they haven't really been doing anything. Like, so I don't think this really does change much to be honest. Short of them actually getting on stage and making an announcement to all of humanity, I mean, we just keep chugging along, but looking at the sky a little bit more fearfully, huh? Like, I mean, you know,
if we know they're real now, it's like, and shit hasn't shut down yet, then everything is just the exact same as it was before this hearing. So you still have to go to work tomorrow, unfortunately. Yeah. I know, that sucks. That's what everybody wants is to aliens come and we don't have to go to work anymore.
Yes, but I do want to say, if this is real, and what Grush is saying is real, I think what's important about it is that the government has these UAPs, right? And they've been trying to fucking reverse engineer them since as long as they've had them, right? And you know for a fact, because it's the military seizing these fucking things, that all they've been trying to do from day one is trying to make a new fucking missile system or new jet plane.
Get a new weapon. Like, just something that we can use to scare our rivals.
Yeah, it's the military. They're trying to fucking make something that kills people. So maybe if the public knows about this shit and, like, this shit's more out in the open, maybe we try and reverse engineer them to make, I don't know, a fucking fusion reactor or something. Like, something that actually benefits all of humanity instead of killing a bunch of people.
Oh, get out of here, Greta Thunberg. What
the fuck? Like, can we please, like, start thinking that way? Like,
I know, I wish we could.
Right.
But no. I mean, that's like, I don't even know. Like, the first time you see porn, you're not like, how can we better ourselves with this? You think, I'm going to masturbate right now. That's the first thing your minds go to. If you find a cool weapon, you're like, I'm going to reverse engineer it and bomb the Russians.
But that's the thing. As far as I know, these UAPs haven't really been aggressive in any way. Like, they just sort of do their thing and then fuck off.
Why are they crashing? Are they really crashing?
See, this is another great question that was brought up in the hearing. And I actually thought that, like, it's one of the best questions that was asked during the whole thing. Is a guy came out and said, like, hey, if these fucking craft are so advanced and they're so good and they can basically do whatever the fuck they need to do at any given moment, how is it that they've even crashed in the first place? Like, it almost makes no sense.
Did Gresh have
it's a great question. Grush's answer was basically that, like, any sort of program, like, if he related it to our own Air Force, basically. You know, like, no matter how good we are and how much training we do and how great our technology is, there's a certain amount of failure rate, like, the more missions you go on. Like, ultimately, like, there's no such thing as something that's 100% perfect and it's always going to work perfect all the time. Basically, Murphy's Law applies to fucking UAPs just the same way it applies to any other sort of human thing.
Yeah, I bet there could be another, like, if it's all true, that, like, the alien aircraft could, like, what if it, like, flies over a fucking, like, high voltage fucking power plants and, like, something, it, like, disrupts the wiring or whatever the fuck they're using to fly the bitch, just, like, throws it off. Or the alien's getting a fucking blowjob and he's not keeping his eyes on the road.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, uh, basically,
You never
like,
know.
anything could happen at any given time. It's sort of like, have you ever watched the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yes, thanks for all the fish, my
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Basically, like their engines work on the improbability thing or whatever. Like, so it's just like whenever they do something, like the least probable thing happens, right? So it's just like, you know, no matter how improbable it is that like this insanely advanced craft would actually crash, like the odds of it are like 1,000,000,000,000 to 1, right? But that still means that it's not zero.
Well, that technically means that given enough time, if you put the function over time, all that shit will happen. You will one day, given enough time, spontaneously turn into a fish.
I don't think that's exactly what it's saying, but
That's what the math says, dude.
I think it, if anything, it speaks to the volume of the amount of times that these craft have like actually entered our fucking planet and like.
Ooh, enter, and
Yeah,
de-enter.
like one of the guys, not Grush, but one of the other witnesses that was there for the hearing.
Marouche?
One of the other witnesses that was there for the hearing, he mentioned that of all UAP sightings, maybe 5% actually get reported, and so that's five.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that's 5
5%?
out. Yeah, that's 5 out of every 100. Like it speaks to how common this thing is, this phenomena is. You know, it's just like these, and that was a big part of it too. Was the stigma. Like they were trying to create an atmosphere where these pilots can actually feel safe to say, "Hey, I saw some shit." So it's you know, we got some ways to go, but I'm proud of us. I'm, you know, and besides just our military, it was nice to see people in Congress from both sides of the aisle actually sort of agreeing with each other and like.
Well, dude, this is the only thing they can agree on.
Yeah, I know, but still, we can agree on something.
Yeah, things that are mostly and like because it's yeah, I mean it is nice. Oh, like I'm so glad they're getting along
Yeah.
in a thing that doesn't really affect us at all as a fucking nation. Because
Yeah.
like you were saying, you still got to go to work tomorrow. You're still getting paid minimum wage.
Yeah.
Your life still sucks. Healthcare is still too expensive. Housing is still too expensive. And schooling is still too expensive.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself. Go start robbing people.
Exactly.
Just start robbing.
So if anything, we as the public should demand that, hey, if you have this fucking technology and you're reverse engineering it, fuck a
I love the burps in there.
yeah.
Okay, Diane Feinstein, quit burping on the mic. Let's get everybody on.
Fuck a new bomb, man. Like, we've got fucking huge bombs. We've got enough
The bombs are good. We have reached. We're good on bombs.
Make a fucking fusion reactor. Make a fucking reverse engineer that technology.
You know, fuck that. Make Shrek 5. That's what the people really want. That'll bring both sides of the aisles back
I think
together.
the aliens might be down for that. What do you think, Klaxxon?
I'm a huge Mike Myers fan.
Oh, great. I bet he also loves the donkey, who I can't think of his fucking name right now. Who's the donkey? Tell me quick.
His name was Donkey, and it was Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Thank you. Eddie Murphy. We love you here at Welcome to Hell. Come on. We would love to have... Don't die, though.
Yeah, definitely don't. Yeah, don't make Eddie Murphy.
But if you do, you're going to make an appearance here. But we love you. Is that raw? That was fucking satanic, bro. You are going to hell.
So, yeah, in conclusion, what does this change? Sadly...
My pants, my underwear.
Yeah, sadly, not much for now. But basically, you know, as long as we can keep this ball rolling, who knows what this will turn into 5 years down the line, or even a year, like,
or even 10 years, 20.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on just the greater public's actual interests. Like, are we gonna treat this as a real thing? Or are we gonna act like, you know, put our heads in the sand and act like, Oh,
Well,
you say you have evidence, but you won't show it to us, so it's not real.
you saw how people reacted to COVID. So people aren't going to change any way they behave until it is a like fucking gun to the face
Yeah,
threat. People do
that's
not
true.
change
The
until it is
reaction to COVID was
a
pretty
life or
disappointing.
death threat. So there's no hearing, there's no amount of hearings that can happen, or even like proof, footage, video, whatever, until there is 20,000 alien ships hovering over American and Russian and Chinese and all the other, I don't know any other country. Okay,
Yeah.
Sudan, over all these countries, are people going to start doing something? So it's too late for us. We're not made for this world. We're not made for the universe yet.
What if they're like whales, where they're like super peaceful and they've like
What do you mean, the
evolved
Welsh?
whales?
Oh, like the animal whales. I
Well,
thought you meant like Welsh.
specifically,
I thought you
specifically,
meant, like,
I'm about to get weird with it, but specifically
oh,
like
this is gonna be good.
the whales from Avatar 2, where they're like super intelligent and they just sort of evolved past like waging wars basically,
Yeah,
and they're just super peaceful and they're just sort of like, just going through the universe doing their thing. They're just
they're definitely.
casual
I mean, that is
observers.
a pretty hippy dippy way to look at it. And if I had a gun right now, I'd probably shoot you with it. Okay,
I mean,
because that is.
well, judging by what they're
That's
saying
whack.
about what these craft are capable of, it really does seem like if they wanted to wipe us out, they could just do it without
Well, so I don't get
much
this.
trouble.
Oh, you're super peaceful, but you still got giant cannons on your ship?
Well, no,
Well, how peaceful you really
that's my
are.
thing. It's we've seen we've seen so much evidence of all these craft. I haven't seen a single thing that even hints at these motherfuckers having any sort of weaponization to them at all.
So what are we trying to reverse engineer?
Well,
There's
I
got to
mean,
be
I
weapons.
think what they're trying to reverse engineer is like the propulsion and like that ability to like bend physics and stuff. But like as far as I know, there's not much weaponized about these things. They've never really attacked anything.
That's also another thing that
unless there's something classified that I don't know of.
I was gonna say, if
there's
there
so
is
much.
weaponry on these ships, that's gonna be a classified. They're like, are there
Yeah.
weapons? Oh, that's classified.
Yeah, there's so
Oh, I
much.
bet it is.
There's so much they're not telling us. That's another part of this hearing, is that like we are getting a little fucking tiny little crumb of a huge fucking loaf of bread, dude. Like
I wanted you to say cookie so bad. And I was gonna say, is it chocolate chip? Is it oatmeal raisin? Is it decadent cowboy?
We are over an hour, by the way. I've been digging this
Let's-
conversation.
Okay, that was good, but I have to take a big old alien piss. Let's sign off. Let's do our big sign off.
Yeah,
Get Klaxxon on here for one
So
last.
yeah, let's get Klaxxon out.
Klaxxon.
Anything you want to promote, Klaxxon?
I am Klaxxon.
I suck my penis when you have a chance. Oh, did they see me do that? They saw me faking his voice? This is unprofessional.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Welcome to Hell podcast. And also, if you don't mind, leave a 5-star review and share it with your friends.
Thank you, Klaxon, for that fucking horroring review. Like, we're going to do better than Oppenheimer and Barbie,
I'm gonna
which we
go.
didn't even touch on either of those movies.
I'm gonna go and get cucked by my alien wife. Beam me up. Goodbye.
Wow. The lucky motherfucker there.
No, aliens were cucks. I think that's the.
That's the takeaway from this, for sure.
But also, yeah, one more other thing I wanted to say.
No. I have to pee. We have to end it. Save it for the next week's episode. All right, everybody out there in fucking Earth.
Yes, tune in next time for my
Live long
my
and
final
eat
thought.
pussy.
Love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye. Peace among worlds.
Suck my fat alien dick.